Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for stopping by. And guess what, today I'm going to share with you my review on this Huda Beauty Empowered eyeshadow palette. And you guys, I literally got this eyeshadow palette like 2 hours ago, and as soon as I got it, I opened it, I started swatching it, I started creating look, and I have already filmed 3 looks using this eyeshadow palette, 2 shorts and one is this one right here that I'm wearing now. And I'm going to give you my review, my swatches, and I'm going to explain each shade to you, and I'm also going to share with you a tutorial of this beautiful purple half cut crease look. In case you are here just for the review, just for the swatches, or just for the tutorial, I will mention the timestamps in the description box down below, so make sure to check it out. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. But before starting, if you are new to the channel, then hi, I am Nita. I upload makeup, skincare and beauty related videos here on my channel. If those things interest you, then please consider subscribing. It will mean a lot to me, and if you are already a subscriber, then thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So this palette retails for $67 and I got mine from Sephora's website, and it comes in a cardboard packaging like this one, this beautiful gold cardboard packaging, and the ingredients and everything is written over here. And this is the actual packaging. It is like a matte finish cardboard packaging, and this gold motifs over here and the iconic eyes of Huda. The packaging is really luxe. I quite like the packaging, and when you open it up, you are actually getting a mirror, and this is the actual palette. And look at the shades, you guys. The color story is so beautiful, and I must say that I have never been so excited about any Huda eyeshadow palette before because of the color story. It is a mixture of cool tone shadows as well as warm tone shadows, so you are getting a little bit of everything in this eyeshadow palette. And Huda is known for introducing different formulations in her bigger palettes, and this palette is not an exception. You are getting like 2 cream gel kind of a formula over here, like this one and this one like jelly type of a shadow over here, this one, and one in marble shade and one like gold shade. It has like gold flecks in it, and I'm going to explain everything later. So this palette has a lot to offer you, and these cool tone shadows are so beautiful, you guys. Let's just go ahead and see the swatches of this eyeshadow palette, and then I'm going to show you the tutorial of this look. So yeah, those were the swatches. Now let's just quickly jump into the tutorial. Starting with this shade called Big Dreams, and this is my Morphe JS8 brush. This is such a beautiful like cool toned like grayish brown shade. It has a slightly like purple undertone to it, and I am applying it as my transition color. I am building it up, and it's building up pretty nicely, and it's blending really beautifully. I think now I'm going to take the shade Confident. It is a darker, deeper purple shade, and this is my Morphe M456 brush, and I will be applying it on my crease as well as on my outer V area. Oh, that is pigmented. This shade is supremely pigmented. Do you see that? Now I am going to cut my crease, and for that I am using my Incognito concealer from Wet n Wild and my favorite lip brush from Puna store. And since I have hooded eyes, I am placing the concealer a little bit higher than usual. I'm just reapplying the concealer. Taking the shade Confident, I'm blending out the edges. Now I am taking this shimmery purple shade called Courageous and I am applying it on my eyelid. It is a multi-chrome shadow. It has kind of gold, green reflect to it and it is so pretty. I hope the camera is picking up that multi-chrome effect. Like from one angle it's looking purple, from another angle it's looking kind of green. It has some gold in it. It is such an interesting shade and I don't think I have any such shade in my collection. For my inner corner shade, I think I'm going to take the shade Charisma. Oh, that's pretty. That is so pretty. Ooh. Do you see that? And now I'm taking this gel black shade over here and I'm going to apply it as my eyeliner and let's see what happens. Well, it applied really beautifully, but it's not as black as I hoped. So I'm going to take the shade Confident again and I'm going to apply it on top of that black eyeliner just to set it a little bit because it's kind of a Vaseline type of formula and I think if I don't set it then it might smudge. So yeah, I hope you can see there is hardly any fallout. Like I have some gold fallouts, like gold shadow that I applied on my inner corner, but it's not much and it's hardly noticeable. Hope the camera is picking it up. So there is like not much of fallout. That is a really nice thing. Now I'm taking the shade Confident and I'm smudging out my entire lower lash line. Taking the shade Big Dream, I'm just applying it on the border of the previous shade just to tie the look together. Now I'm going to apply some lashes, mascara and I'll be right back to show you the final result. And here is the completed look. Now I am obsessed with this look over here and I hope you liked this look as well. Now here is my final thought about this eyeshadow palette. You guys, I have so many things to share with you about this eyeshadow palette. Now here is the review part. First of all, as I mentioned earlier, I love the color story of this eyeshadow palette. The color story is beautiful in my opinion. This is a basic neutral eyeshadow palette but it has some pop-up colors in it, so you can create so many eyeshadow looks using this particular palette. Talking about the matte shades within this eyeshadow palette, they are beautiful. They are so creamy, so soft and buttery smooth and they build up really nicely and they are really pigmented. I have used this particular like darker deeper shade on my outer V area. You saw on the tutorial it was not patchy at all. Usually with this type of like deeper darker shades they tend to become patchy pretty easily, but I had absolutely no issue while blending out this particular shadow. And the shimmers within this eyeshadow palette, they are literally next level. Like this particular gold shade over here and this one, they are literally like foiled and they give you that glittery finish. In case you are a fan of like glitters and you do not want to use glitters on top, you can definitely go ahead and use these shimmers. It will give you that glittery or very reflective look. But in case you are not a fan of that like glittery like very foiled, very glittery, very reflective kind of a look, then you might not like these shimmers. This one is more like a softer shimmer. It is again very reflective, but it is not as reflective as these two over here. And you are also getting a multi-chrome shadow like this one, this purpley, like bronzy and like greenish kind of a shade. Very interesting. So I am really impressed with the mattes as well as with the shimmers within this eyeshadow palette, and I just cannot wait to try them more. Now this marble shade over here, it is kind of a satiny finish, and when you like mix all the shades together and apply it onto your eyes. It also gives you kind of a duochromy effect. Hope the camera is picking it up. Like from one angle it looks kind of a rose gold, and from the other angle it looks kind of a gold shade. It's very interesting, like pink, purple and gold reflects to it. It is a satin finish and I quite like this particular shimmer. I have used it in one of my tutorials that will be uploaded pretty soon, so make sure to subscribe to my channel. And now let's just talk about the different formulations that she added within this eyeshadow palette. Just talk about this particular shade called Manifest ITI over here. Now it is kind of a Vaseline gel type of a formula. Hope the camera is picking it up. Oh, it's pigmented and it's really beautiful. It has kind of a gel Vaseline base to it, like here. Now this is a pretty interesting shade. Now let me tell you why. Like, hope the camera is picking it up. You can see when I swatched, there is some inconsistencies over here. When I swatched it, like it did not swatch evenly, and the same thing happened when I was trying to create a look. Like I took my brush, like this kind of flat shader brush, I took the shadow and I kind of swiped the brush the way I usually apply my shimmer shadows. I just dipped the brush and I just swiped it, and it kind of looked inconsistent. Like here, I hope you can see what I'm talking about. Let me just swatch it for you. Here maybe, like, could you see it's not swatching evenly, like it's not opaque. There is some kind of inconsistency, so it was pretty disappointing at the same time. But then what I did, I took my brush, I dipped it onto the shadow and I kind of patted it like this. Instead of swiping it, I kind of patted it down like this, and then it was looking pretty opaque. So you need to use different techniques with these shadows, and the same thing happened with these shimmer shadows over here. You kind of need to use your finger and you kind of need to pat it down instead of like swiping your brush. If you try to swipe your brush, then they become crumbly pretty easily and it doesn't look good. So you need to use your brush and you kind of need to pat it instead of like swiping it, if that makes sense. Now I know you are waiting for my review for these two cream gel formula, like cream gel shadows over here. Now I have some thoughts. Now I applied this particular black shade as my winged eyeliner today, and when I was using it I noticed that it is not as black as it looks on the pan. It kind of shears down and it kind of becomes a little bit of, I would say, carbon black instead of a jet black. So if you are not a fan of that like sheerer, lighter black eyeliner look, then you might not like it. And one more thing, this is kind of a Vaseline jelly type of formula, so they do not dry down completely. You need to use another powder eyeshadow to set it. If you just wear it on its own, then it is not going to be completely dry, it is not going to be completely matte, and it might crease, it might transfer. So you need to use this particular two gel shades with any kind of like matte eyeshadows. Like what I did today, I used this one as my eyeliner, and then I set it with this particular shade, like darker shade called Confident, and then it looked perfect. And you can use these two shades as your base. Like if you use this kind of darker deeper shades as your base and you apply a shimmer shade or a matte shade on top, then they just give you like more like intense finish. You can do that. Now do I think these two shades are absolutely necessary? Now it's again my like 100% honest opinion. I do not think these two shades are absolutely necessary in this palette. I would prefer probably a darker like matte shade or probably another eyeshadow shade, because I can use my eyeshadows and I can create a winged eyeliner, like a deeper darker eyeshadow, and I can create my winged eyeliner using that darker deeper eyeshadow. So, and in that case I do not have to set it with any kind of powder eyeshadow. So in my opinion, again it's just my personal opinion, I do not think these two shades are absolutely necessary. Of course I'm going to play more with these two shades just to share with you what I feel. Like if my opinion changes about these two shadows, then I will definitely let you know in my future videos. Though I personally think that these two shades are not really necessary, but I can make them work. I will definitely use it, of course. I have spent my money on it, so I'm going to use those two shades. But in my opinion, they are a little bit tricky to work with, especially for my beginner girls out there. They are a little bit tricky to work with. And you can use your regular gel eyeliner or any kind of like matte brown eyeliner instead of these two shades. So in my opinion, those shades were not really necessary. I would definitely prefer some powder shadows instead of those two like gel hybrid shades. Again, I am on the fence about them. Again, I have to use these two shades more and more to give you my final thoughts, but my initial reaction was those were not really necessary. Overall, I give a solid like 8 out of 10, and I would have given this eyeshadow palette a 10 out of 10 if these two shades were not there, but it's okay, I can make them work. And I recommend you getting this eyeshadow palette. Absolutely, this is a beautiful color story. Again, you can try to use these two shades and you can make them work. It is a little bit tricky, but you can definitely make them work. So I think this palette is a beautiful palette, beautiful color story, and in case you are planning to grab it, you should, because the color story is beautiful and the formula is really amazing. And one more thing, since there is no like shield or any protective layer on those two shades, when I was using this shadow, I hope the camera is picking it up, like this particular purple shade or some other shades, they were kind of mixing up with these two cream gel shades, and I can see some powder fallouts like from this shade is sitting on top of that black shade. So I would like a some kind of a top or a lid just to protect those two gel shadows from the other shadows that I have, because these shimmers are pretty foily, pretty flaky, and I do not want them to end up here on the matte black or on that matte brown gel cream shadow. So yeah, that was my review of this brand new Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette, and if you have any question about this eyeshadow palette, then feel free to comment down below. I'll be more than happy to assist you and to answer your questions. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope this video was helpful for you. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe to my channel. And if you are not following me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, then please do follow me there. All the links will be given in the description box down below, so make sure to check them out. So yeah, see you soon in my next video. Till then, bye and take care. Bye.